Despite the heat and the drought, the rice crop in Vermilion Parish is still growing. The same can be said for rice farmer Alan McLean Jr., who says over the past few years of difficult times for the industry, farmers like himself have had to stand tall.
It's always in the back of your mind. I mean, there's always this what if, but I mean, what if, but Mother Nature's the end of it. She's the end game. I mean, you gotta have your faith in everything that it's all gonna work out for the way that you want it to work out. It's probably one of the biggest mind games because you're spending all of this money. It just seems like money, it just is flying out the door, and it's a numbers game, it's a mind game, and it's a life full of stress.
That mental effort takes its toll. Stress on the farm is an increasing problem in Louisiana and the U.S. as a whole. McLean says some days it can be difficult to leave problems in the field.
For me, I got things running around, phones constantly ringing. I'm on the phone, I don't even realize it. I'm just wanting to get in the house so fast sometimes, and I let that stress walk into something else from this morning or this afternoon. And you just need to realize that whenever you get chance, you just have to take that deep breath and be thankful for what you have.
On the left is McLean's barn, and on the right is his house. He says building a literal fence between the two has helped him separate work from home. It's a balancing act, as he says working with family can be both a blessing and a burden.
With family, you go to family functions and you don't have anything to talk about besides work. And that's where it's different, because you're always on you feel you're always on a work mode, and you can never just relax and say, hey, how was your day? And some days you might jump in a truck and take off somewhere and you're all together and not a word said, because you're still in a work mode and you don't know how to come out of a work mode. I know that's hard for me.
Some problems are harder than others to leave behind. Almost 3 years ago, an accident claimed the life of McLean's daughter, Kaylee. As you might imagine, perspectives change in the wake of a tragedy like this.
It's been probably the hardest thing that you have to deal with. Working with family after this tragedy, it was a blessing, because it was very hard on me to get up and go and be able to leave the house for multiple hours at a time, because you just can't get your mind right that you're worried something's going to happen here and you don't worry about what's happening elsewhere.
To get through that loss takes time. McLean says, like stress, grief needs time, connection, and faith.
Prayer does wonders. I mean, that's the biggest thing. You just got to find where you can just calm down and start your day. And then from there, you have to relax, and yeah, you'll say, oh, it just takes time. It takes time to understand and enjoy things and just notice things that you've never been noticing before.
Kaylee loved purple flowers. McLean says he sees them now everywhere. Taking the time to see beauty, even on the side of the road, is vital for him. Pausing and appreciate what life has to offer, even for a moment, can help break the day-to-day stress we all experience.
For some reason, you got purple flowers everywhere in our garden, around our house, and some of them weren't even supposed to be purple. That's what they turned out to be. It's like, okay, it's a place where you can just go and sit on the front porch and just take a deep breath and enjoy the things around you. And it clears your mind for let's calm down, let's move forward and enjoy the day.
If you or someone you know is in a mental health crisis, please use the National Suicide Prevention number of 988. We'll put additional resources for mental health specific to farmers in rural areas on our website at twilatv.org. Guys, I can't thank Alan McLean Jr. enough for this story. In addition to the tragic loss of his daughter, being able to just get out of bed in the morning is one thing. To agree to an interview like this when it's so tough for people to just talk about it to a friend, to a counselor, to whomever, is really amazing, and I really appreciate his effort.
It's important to note, though, even if you don't talk to a counselor, talking to somebody, anybody, just getting it off of your chest, I think helps volumes.
It does, and we talked about that, about spending 12 to 15 hours a day on a tractor sometimes. You know, it can wear on anyone, and so having that friend, Alan pointed out, even texting is something that you can do just to reach out and connect to someone. Even if you can't talk right at that moment or they can't, try back, keep reaching out, keep trying that connection, because that is definitely one of the pillars of mental health that keeps everyone sustained and is really a vital role. I mean, it's as vital as food or water, you know, as we're finding out, as fortunately the stigma on mental health resources is being lifted. We're seeing a lot more resources put to that area and effort in that area to help people just stay afloat.
Yeah, and I mean, I even say reach out to your Farm Bureau field man. If you know a field services director, if you know that you need someone to talk to, that they're all around the state, and you know you've got someone that you can reach out to, a fellow board member.
Indeed. Alan said one of the great things was being connected to the young farmers and ranchers when he was a part of it, and having kids around, having family around, and that sort of thing was you know, very helpful for them as well.
It's an important topic. Thank you very much, Neil Melancon.